Hi, I'm Jessica. I'm an independent consultant with Norwex, and I want to share with you some of our kitchen options. I'm actually updating this video because it's been so long since I've done one, and there are so many cool new options now that I'm going to link all of the timestamps in the description below, but you can fast forward to the parts that you want to watch, unless you want to see all of our kitchen options, in which case, stick around. Our first section that I'm going to talk to you about is kind of dishwashing type of stuff. If you wash dishes by hand, or if you just even need to like scrub some stuff off, most of us have dishwashers that don't do everything for them, so we kind of have to like wash our dishes before we wash our dishes. So if you need that kind of stuff, these are going to be some options for you. The first one that I want to talk to you about, sorry, it's loud, is our kitchen scrub cloth. And this can be used around the kitchen as well to clean off your counters and things like that. And side note, I actually have some customers who like to use this in their bathroom. So just because it says kitchen on the tag doesn't mean you have to use it in the kitchen. You can use it wherever you like. It does have our hanging tag. It does not have backlock in it. And the reason is because most of the stuff that you're going to use this on in the kitchen is you're going to end up with so many food particles on this that no amount of backlock will be able to inhibit that bacterial growth. Like, it's just going to be growing on the food in the cloth. So that's why this doesn't have backlock in it, and you just need to launder it like normal, so it's not going to be, any more gross than any other cloth. It does have these little non-scratch scrubby patches. So that is just our kitchen scrub cloth. The next thing is actually one of my favorites. And it's underrated, I think, because when I saw it, I was like, I'm embarrassed to tell people we even carry that. What is it? It's a giant net. So it actually comes in a set of 2, and we have a couple different colors. And it's just called our dishcloth. It's the netted dishcloth, and it is huge. And it's just a giant net. So, if you ever need anything with netting, you can use it for that too. This does have a loop to hang, but it's a little bit different. And again, this does not have backlock because it's not necessary. It doesn't hang on to any kind of food particles, so bacteria just kind of can't grow in this because you can just rinse it out so well. It looks like a giant net and it sounds kind of stupid, but bear with me. When you scrunch this up, it becomes like those little old pot scrubbers that everybody's grandmother and great-grandmother had. But those pot scrubbers got really disgusting because they were all bunched up all of the time. They were tied that way, right? And so they just got food stuck in them, and they would just grow stuff, and it was like a science experiment, but everyone had them for like years and years and years, and they're so gross. So this has a lot of scrubbing power, and it's non-scratch, but I'm telling you, it is so good. It scrubs so well. So I love this thing for scrubbing, but the cool thing is that you can then undo it and rinse it out and then hang it, and it'll just dry so quickly. So I absolutely love these. The next thing I want to show you is our pot scrubber, Mighty Mesh pot scrubber. And so what this is it's a stainless steel mesh, a little ball here, and it has a nice little hard plastic handle. And so this is really, really good for those really tough things that you need. The stainless steel is nice because it will not rust. It is so nice to not have rusty water and rusty stuff everywhere. And it also doesn't have chemicals in it. So a lot of like the steel wool that you buy, it's got stuff in it and it's just all toxin filled. So I love these for scrubbing the really, really hard to get stuff. And then our Spirinett is what is in this. So, but it's just separate. And then transitioning into kind of our spongy, scrubby things. So these can still also be used for dishes or cleaning up around the kitchen. They're kind of multi-purpose. So this is our Spirisponge, and it is also non-scratch scrubbiness. That's a word. So it looks metallic, but it is not. So it is non-scratch. And this thing is not actually sponge, though it is spongy. So sponges actually grow so much bacteria. They are absolutely disgusting. If you have them, you should throw them away, burn them, have a bonfire, wear masks when you burn them. They're so gross, you guys. So do not use sponges. They're so disgusting. But these are made of material that just naturally does not really grow bacteria. Bacteria just don't really like it. So these are not sponge material, but they are soft and kind of spongy. So you kind of get the convenience of a sponge, but not the nastiness of a sponge. So I really, really like these. And then our other sponge option is the Envirosponge. And again, not an actual sponge, but it is spongy. This has a scrubby side right here. And then this side is actually our Envirocloth, so it actually does have the backlock in it, which again helps with bacteria buildup. And that would be mostly just in the cloth because the sponge itself is just not really going to grow bacteria. So I love this for around the kitchen, scrubbing, like say the stovetop especially, or if you're a messy cook like me, wherever you were cooking. So you scrub off all the stuck on things or the burnt on things, and then you wipe. So usually when I'm going around cleaning in the kitchen, I would have to like get a scrubby and scrub, but then there's just all this water and liquid everywhere, and then you'd have to come back with a cloth and wipe. So I really do like this kind of for the two option things. Our newest option is called the Enviroscrub, and it also has a hanging loop. And it has the kitchen scrub cloth on this side, and then an Envirocloth on this side. Now you'll see that this is more of a square and it is thinner. So it's not actually as thin as a cloth. And so there's like some level of padding to it, but it's not actually like a sponge. So you'll see here, obviously this is much thicker, and then much bigger than the Envirosponge. So that's the size comparison. And again, I actually really do like this for cleaning up. I used to use this, but now I kind of default to this, and this stays kind of more along the dishes aspect. And so this is just kind of nice because it just fits in my hand really nice for wiping up, and you kind of get that like cloth feel like you're using a rag around the kitchen. I don't know, I just really like this thing. So Enviroscrub. And then moving on to kind of more of what you would use just around the kitchen in general, this is our all-purpose kitchen cloth. And this, again, does not have backlock in it because it is meant for very greasy things, and that amount of grease is just going to clog the fibers. The backlock isn't going to be able to work and that kind of thing. So again, it does have a hanging tag, and it has this waffle weave. And so this is really, really good for greasy cleanups. But again, you're going to need to launder it a little bit more frequently, but it works very, very well on grease. So that's the all-purpose kitchen cloth. And then we have our kitchen cloth and towels. These come in so many different colors now. It is so amazing. So you can still have them in your kitchen and look pretty. I just have just a plain gray set. All right, so these both have a hanging tag, and they both have backlock in them. So the kitchen cloth is meant for more of cleanup around the kitchen, your normal like kitchen rag, right? Cleaning up spills, wiping down counters, that kind of stuff. Because it's so absorbent, I will still even use it dry as kind of like a mini towel. Or if I am washing produce and I have it in a colander, I will set this on the counter and put the colander over it so that it will drip onto this instead of the counter and leave a mess everywhere. So again, these also have a looser weave. You can see the ribbing because when you're wiping stuff up in the kitchen and you have food particles in them and stuff, again, they get stuck easier in the denser stuff, the denser weaves. So these will allow the particles to come out easier when you're rinsing them. So that's why the looser weave, and they also dry faster so that you can use them more frequently instead of having to use them once a day and then letting it dry all night, right? So this way you can use it during the day and it will still dry in between uses and get that lovely silver to work. And then the kitchen towel is much, much larger, obviously. And this is so good for drying dishes. I leave it on the oven and everything, and I'll even use it to dry my hands. But it's really, really nice because it has that backlock. Just never gets stinky, you guys. It just never does. And so it doesn't get gross. I rarely wash mine like every few months. But anyway, so this is really great. It will dry your dishes. It will actually dry them instead of leaving behind all the water. And it will also not leave fuzzies all over your dishes, which is a huge pet peeve of mine. I hate it. I always hated using towels, man. They would just leave fuzzies everywhere. So this is amazing, amazing. And then this is kind of a standalone cloth, but in a category all of its own. But it is our fruit and veggie scrub cloth. And again, has a hanging tag. It does not have backlock in it because it doesn't need it. But it has a scrubby side. And then it has a polishing, smoother side. And so this is for all your fruit and veggies to wash them, to polish them. Like the wax coating on apples especially is what I love it for. Citrus gets like all waxy and gross and stuff. And so, you know, when you slice up a lemon and put it in your water, like, and then I love this for like potatoes, carrots, beets, all of that kind of stuff. We get some local produce from a farmer's market. And so it comes like with dirt on it. It's really fresh. And so I really, really love this. And also it will get all of that dirt off, because I don't like gritty stuff when you're eating it, right? But it will get all that dirt off, as well as remove some of that dirty outer layer, as far as like normally you would say peel carrots or potatoes, but it kind of takes off that layer so that you don't really have to peel them. So I haven't peeled carrots in a long time, which is awesome. And normally I don't peel my potatoes anyway because I like the skin, but it will get off all of that outer layer of grime. So this is our fruit and veggie scrub cloth. Our last set of cloths that I want to show you is our counter cloths. These are really, really great for paper towel replacement. So this is our counter cloth box set. You can get it without the box set. You can just buy these individually. They come in packs of 3. We have neutrals, and we have these blue ones, and we actually have another set of colors, but these are the ones that come in the set. So that's why I decided to show you these. And so you can fit another entire set up here. So let me show you these. These are roughly the size of a half sheet of paper towels. They also do have a hanging loop if you decide that you would rather use like a hook. Some people have an entire setup of hooks for their Norwex, so if you decide that you'd rather do that, you can hang them this way. These are a nice like popcorn weave, and they're very, very absorbent and very soft. So I actually use these even as napkins for my little kid. It's great. So toddlers, kids, yes, these are amazing for napkins and cleaning up little spills and little things everywhere. But like I said, they're very absorbent. I actually carry some even in our diaper bag for quick wipe-ups after meals on the go. But again, they're about the size of a half sheet of paper towel, so they're really, really good paper towel replacement. When you rinse this and hang it to dry, I actually like using the top of the counter, the house. So it actually works out really nice. Dries on there, looks kind of cute. And then, you know, when this is needing laundry, you just grab another one. If you end up needing several at a time, you can just hang them wherever to dry. But again, that is our counter cloth house set. Those are all of our kitchen options. If you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch with me. I will include my information in the description. And thank you for watching.